This week has been the best week that I've ever done, and in so many different ways. We're going to get into it very shortly, but you're probably thinking, Chris, what's with the long hair, the long lush hair? Well, actually, this was a special request from the Disgruntled Octopus, and he's been harping on in the comments over the last couple of weeks saying he really wants me to get rid of the beanie. So I said, hey, if you buy me a couple of coffees, I'll make it happen, and he paid up big time, and here we are. So let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's CLFurlong, and we are all about running, reselling, lifestyle, and everything in between. And today, as I mentioned, I'm super thrilled to share that this week has been the best week ever in terms of dollars, in terms of amount of items sold, and just lots of lessons that I'm learning this week. And it's very exciting, very, very awesome, and I want to take you through all the details. So buckle up. I do have some questions that I'm answering as well. So yeah, let's get into it. So item number one that sold for this week was the Dr. Blake Mysteries series. Now this was a bunch of DVDs I paid $13.50 for, and I was able to sell them for $70. And then I kid you not, the person purchased it all the way in from Canada, and they have paid up with postage. So after postage savings, I actually ended up profiting $69.97. So super happy with this one. Item number two. Now this item has been sitting around for a while. I paid $2.60 for it, sold it for $60, and I've had a profit of $48.37. They did pay postage on this one, so pretty happy with this big item, but well worth the wait around because look at that profit. Top item number three. Now this is one that I really want to say that it is worth paying up for items to get those, you know, $40 profit, which is pretty good. However, I got this in another big bundle lot of other DVDs. Has been sitting around for a while, but as I said, it was worth picking up for the price I paid. I paid $137 for this. Sold it for $209. They paid postage, and profit came out to about $40. So well worth it. Top item number four was a unicorn automatic watch. This was old, this was vintage, didn't cost me anything. It was a thrift from home. Sold it for $45, profit of $40. And top item number five. Now also this was a thrift from home, cost me $0. Sold it for $55. So yeah, profit of $39.34. Flops and wins for this week. Well, there was a bit of an odd situation that I mentioned last week where someone said that one of their items didn't arrive. Now, they were originally saying that the whole bundle of items didn't arrive. They purchased 3 things, put them all in one box, and they said it didn't arrive, and they said they'll reach out to Australia Post. They reached out, they got the items, and then they said 2 items were missing from the lot. Now, I said, okay, that's a bit confusing. Now, they haven't sent any pictures. They haven't complained. They said, they actually then came back and said, oh, it's a bit odd that this didn't arrive and that, and I said, hang on, just to confirm, was it just one item missing, or did all the items arrive? They said all the items arrived, but there was one missing. And I was like, okay. And they said, but not to worry, because, you know, I've had a few issues with Australia Post, and sometimes it's just not worth the time to go through the process, and you know, also one less thing to be sitting around the house. So happy wife, happy life. So they didn't raise any concerns or anything like that. So a bit odd. I haven't really dug into it anymore. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation. Anyone had something like this before? Now, the top wins for this week, and you know, look, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but the whole purpose of this whole, you know, series is to show you the journey, the progress, the effort that I'm putting in, and the rewards that I'm getting from it. And this week, after, you know, 3 weeks of really smashing down on the listings and, you know, getting into the store and fixing things up, I've had 48 sales and my biggest dollars ever, which we're going to jump into in a minute. But I think this is just super key. If anyone's been watching this series, you will know how much effort I've been putting in terms of sharing the ups and downs and things, you know, that if I've had a bad week, if I've had a sloppy week, if I've been lazy, and also the extra work I've been putting in over the last couple of weeks, and it is starting to pay off. So we're going to go through that right now. So new record week, we have done 47 sales, a margin of 55%, almost 56%, and cost of goods was $311. We have sold $1,532 worth, which is just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah, it's... Look, we're going to go through this in a bit, in a moment, of the roller coaster ride that the week looks like. Because I think some people have asked, you know, what is the week like? And I usually say it's a roller coaster, and I want to explain that to you. So we'll get to that shortly. And profits for this week, $857. So looking on the side, you can see we've had a bit of everything. We've had a lot of books, we've had DVDs, we've had toys, but majority of the revenue has come from toys, and so has the profit. So it's just crazy to see what's been happening. DVDs have done really, really well, of course, but I've really had a big range of different things. Now, one question that I got last week, which was from Stephanie, she reached out asking, it would be cool to see the average cycle time. Now, I haven't gone into each single item in this specific video. However, the average cycle time for this lot of items for this week is 57. So some items I had listed for a day and they sold within a day, but majority, from an average perspective, I've had them sitting around for just shy of 60 days before they've sold. So, this is not really that good, to be honest. My average in total over the whole period of me being doing this is actually 33 days. So, this is a bit of a, it's interesting because I've been doing a lot of cleanup. I've been doing a lot of, refreshing promoted listings. And because I've been listing so much more, a lot of my items that I've had listed from, way back, they've actually started to jump up and sell quite quickly. So, very interesting. So, looking at the running dollars, and I do apologize if it's a bit blurry, but basically, this week we've moved up in terms of $28. Our average is $758, up from $730. So we've done $1,500 for this week, and as you can see, those green lines shooting up, we're going up, things are moving very, very quickly, and also for the dollars. And once again, this is me putting in the efforts, which comes back to the listings. So I've done 106 listings this week, basically 15 per day. We've averaged 6.7 sales per day, which is just incredible. So once again, you can see, if you compare back to what I was doing, 10 weeks ago, me putting in this effort, doing the daily listings, keeping accountable, staying accountable, and being responsible and making sure I've got it done, well, it's paying dividends. So it'd be interesting to see if people have started to take on these challenges, if you're getting the same results, because it's really, really working for me. So this is what I wanted to talk about when I mentioned the roller coaster. So this was the weekly flow for this week, and what I want to show you is that, we started on Monday, finishing on Sunday, and Monday we did $198. Tuesday we did $169. Wednesday we did $309. Thursday we only did $75. And then Friday we shot up to $354 on the day. 24th, which was the Saturday, we did $180. And then today we've done around $244. So look, this is at a certain point in time. Obviously this is just revenues and then the savings from postage and things like that, which enables it to go back up and whatnot for a profit perspective. But this is just crazy, and it's all very interesting. To be honest, Friday night I had no sales, and come 9 o'clock I did some fixing in the store, some promoted listings, and I had all those sales come through. 5 sales, bang, 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 not from the same person, but just straight after each other. And it was just crazy to see this happen. So it's really interesting because my average revenue for the day is starting to maintain around that $110 mark. Not for this week, I'm talking in general since starting. So, but in the last couple of weeks, we've been hitting around that $200 almost every day. So very, very exciting. I just got to keep the momentum and just keep charging on. So the $100,000 revenue update. So we're up to 195 days. We've supercharged up. We're at $21,244. Obviously, we're still behind schedule. We're about 12 grand behind schedule. We're about to hit the 29th of July, and we're about 12,000 behind. However, as I said, I'm going to keep charging on. I've done a few different things, whether it's around listings, whether it's around daily revenue. Now, if I wanted to hit $100,000 by the end of this year, I need to be doing $495 per day from today till 31st of December. I also have the perspective of I need to keep listing roughly between 15 and 16 items per day based on my ASP each day for the rest of the year. So look, a lot of moving pieces. I am working on some new sourcing opportunities, hopefully, which will help bring up the ASP, but also bring up some of the daily revenues if that pans out. So, look, we still have a long way to go, but I think this is still possible. I'm optimistic, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge, but what I've seen in the last 3 weeks of this growth is I'm motivated. I'm inspired. I'm encouraged, and it's a big thank you to the 2 Aussie thrifters for keeping accountable, but also just the continuous support from all of you and asking questions, because it's helping me grow, helping me learn, and it gives me that confidence to keep showing up and to keep pushing forward. So I'll be tracking this regardless whether we make it or not, but hey, let's see what happens. All right, question time. So I had a question from Northern Vault, and how long have I been listing consistently to get more sales? Well, look, to be honest, as I mentioned, if we jump back and have a look, you know, I've been listing for the last four weeks consistently, upwards, almost 15 per day each day for those weeks, and you can see back on week 24, week 23, I was doing around 20 to 25 sales a week, and I was also doing between 50 and 60 listings. And as soon as I started to step it up with the daily listings, those sales have now started to jump. So it's interesting, and it's not the items that I'm listing that are selling, it's the items that I've had sitting on the store that are selling. So look, I'm very curious to know if this is working for other people, but that's how quickly it's turned around for me. So videos for this week. So Wednesday, we're going to have a reselling video. Still figuring out what that will be, just depending on how restrictions pan out for this week. But most likely it's going to be something either around some of the lessons I've been learning in FY21, or we'll be doing just a bit of a deep dive into some of the data, or it might even be just a bit more of some of the items I love to sell, or some of the things that I really love to use and leverage in my business. So stay tuned for that. Of course, you'll see it on Wednesday. Saturday, I have my week 9 of the 50k training, and this week was brutal. I just did 4 hours today, and yeah, that was tough. We're still in lockdown, so I did 2 hours in the backyard and 2 hours out of home. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Sunday, we have the latest podcast, and of course, this week is the last week to get in on the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So lots of people have been signing up, lots of chances to win. There's some VIP codes if you can find where they are. It gives you additional entries, but that live stream will be coming in the following week after this closes on the next Sunday. So get into it, guys. Don't miss out. Link below in the description. Yeah, I don't want you to miss out. So that is it, folks. What a week. And I want to just, you know, really reflect on how crazy all this stuff is happening, because look, it's all very interesting, and you know, I want to also just mention that, you know, we are in lockdown and I'm not sourcing at the moment, so I'm making sure I'm doubling down on things that I wouldn't really be doing, which means getting ahead, listing, drafting, all that jazz. And the other thing I'm noticing, and I mentioned it last week, is with the growth comes, you know, more things that I need to grow into. And you know, I've got 21 items ready to, you know, that I need to pack and be ready for postage tomorrow, which I've just been doing that, and majority are pretty quick to do, but it takes time. It really takes time. And what I want to encourage everyone is that if you're doing this and planning to scale with the growth, because it will come if you have that intent, then you need to also plan for when it does scale and grow, because it's great to be able to, you know, jump on board and learn and bounce and pivot and adjust, but over time, you know, you're going to run out of time. And if you value your time to getting better bang for buck, then you need to find processes that are going to work, whether it is your packing room, whether it is what you're using to pack with, or, you know, are you using standard stuff or using different boxes for everything, and all that jazz. It all adds up in time, especially if you are doing 20 items. Now, as I mentioned, I'm averaging about 6 to 7 items sold per day, which means I'm posting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means I'm having anywhere between 12 and 20 items to send on each day that I'm sending, which is just, it's overwhelming. It really is overwhelming. So something to take into consideration, and I'm learning how to adjust to that and getting better at it. So it's definitely a learning process, but I'm loving it, really enjoying it. And once again, I really do appreciate all the support, all the encouragement, all the comments, because that's what it's all about. And, you know, having some of the banter, you know, doing the little challenges of showing all the hair and, you know, answering the questions and sharing my tips and stuff. Look, I'm no pro, but I'm here to grow with you all and help people along the way. So, you know, that's what this community is all about, and that's what I want to create in this community on my channel. So I really do appreciate you being part of that. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.